Sometimes life just kicks us in the gut and we don't have a choice. I call that God throwing a brick wall on top of our heads to finally get our attention. And I've been touching hot stoves my entire life. Have you? So what? So what that you've had to start over once, twice? Starting over? Not a setback. It just means that you are stronger than what tried to knock you down, and you're going to get back in that saddle and keep on with life because you are not going to let it take you down. Why do we treat starting over like it's some sort of punishment, like we should be ashamed of it? It is not. It is an opportunity for us to show the world what we're made of and use it to move us in the direction that we need to go. Let's talk about this because there is nothing shameful about having to start over. It's a clean slate that a lot of people are never given. Reinvent yourself, reinvent where you're going. Come on, get a cup of coffee. I think we have all been around long enough to realize that life is not a straight line. We zig and we zag. We're going to open new doors. We're going to close windows. The rosy glow in the sky behind me could be my bridges burning, could be yours. But life is not a straight line. It is messy. It teaches us lessons every day. And there is nothing shameful in having to pause, look around at the chaos and the destruction, and decide that you're going to rebuild. That is a phenomenal strength that you have, that I have, that we all have within us. We just don't always realize it. Starting over is never a failure. It is just proof that you have been given this opportunity to get back up and reinvent your life. Think of all of your friends who are just complacently sitting and wallowing in their misery because it's too much trouble, they're too fearful, too many what ifs. Sometimes life just kicks us in the gut and we don't have a choice. I call that God throwing a brick wall on top of our heads to finally get our attention. At the end of the day, you get to decide starting over is what you want to do. And it's the most bravest, confident thing that you can do for yourself and for your loved ones, and set the example to those around you. Be the woman you want your daughters and your nieces and your friends and even possibly your mothers and aunts to be. Be their example. We have all seen in the movies, those freaking Lifetime Hallmark, where most of society views starting over, especially for women, as shameful. Whatever. But we supposedly, according to society, should be ashamed of being in a position to where we need help or we're getting out of a bad situation, a bad job. We're never shameful, never. Sometimes it has nothing to do with our interpersonal relationships. It's just a health issue. It's a financial issue. Rock bottom is rock bottom. I don't care how you get there. But you cannot allow society to continue writing the narrative that you should be ashamed. You've got to break out of that mold. This is your opportunity to rise up, be the mythical phoenix, rise from the ashes, and be phenomenal. We are never given adversity, problems in our life without the purpose of teaching us a lesson or building strength. We also go through these challenges in our existence, not only to learn those lessons, to build those strengths, but eventually to help guide a younger one or a not as strong one through the same situation. Years ago, when my husband left me and I had to start over, been many more since then, but that has actually been a gift that I have been able to draw on that experience and help and coach and love many a person, male or female, through similar situations, because it gives me empathy and a quiet, peaceful place to speak from and to sit and just hold their hands. It's not easy, never easy to have to relive your own pain in order to give to others, but it is a marvelous thing. Success. Success has never been about never failing, but it is about failing and learning and picking yourself back up and not making those same mistakes again. Because if you keep making the same mistake again, you're really not learning any lessons. So life is going to keep putting you through that cycle. Okay, so anytime you look and you think I have failed, this was an utter disaster, Stop. See it as a learning opportunity. All right, it didn't work out the way I'd hoped. What have I learned from this? How can I avoid this for myself in the future and help steer? Be the lighthouse. How can you help steer others around that sort of situation? Now, we're all human. Just like the young children, when you tell them not to touch the hot stove, they're never really going to learn that lesson until they touch the hot stove. And I've been touching hot stoves my entire life. Have you? Tell me in the comments how many times you've had to learn the same lesson and you finally got it and moved on, and how much better your life was after that. If this video is resonating with you, or you're seeing a friend, a sister, a co-worker in this story, in this discussion, forward this on to them. You may not be the person who needs to hear this, but you may know somebody who does. Because we are all stronger than we give ourselves credit for, and starting over is a superpower. And I want to make sure every last one of us is aware of that. So I challenge you, when you're driving to work, when you're on the bus, when you're having that cup of coffee after the kids have gone to school or your husband's gone to work, and you haven't quite gotten into your day yet, pause. Start thinking about some of the opportunities of starting over or resetting that you've been avoiding. Is it finally getting your health in order? Is it getting to the gym? Is it getting on that damn treadmill and doing a fast walk till you feel like running for a few minutes? Whatever it may be. What have you been putting off resetting or starting over? Let's make a list. Then I want you to pick one. It can be the lowest hanging fruit if you want to. It can be something as simple as, I'm no longer going to shop at that grocery store. I'm going to take my own bags and go shop at this one. Whatever you choose it to be. I want you to give yourself the success of a simple reset, and then work yourself up, because life's not getting any longer. And if you don't start achieving the things and making the differences for you that you've been putting off all of these years, when are you going to get around to it? And then I want you to start a list of, I did this and it didn't kill me. I reset, I made a change, and instead of dying from it, I want you to know that you did not die from it and life did not end. Put those down in the comments. Come back, see me, tell me, Jen, I went forward and I did X, Y, and Z, and it was so much better than I could have ever imagined. I had built it up in my head for so many years. So we women over 40, especially we women over 50, and I personally am closer to 60 than I am to 50. Now is the time to find her, to find the woman you always wanted to be, and life just got busy. You can create this. You can be the person you want to be. Once a week, I will be doing these personal, if I could go back in time and tell myself these things, conversations with you, in the hopes that you'll benefit from my life road that I've tread. All right, I'll see you guys on the next video.